hang around. It's going to be barbecue time for a while.
That's how you do your birds right there.
Oh, those birds look good.
Those yard birds, that's where it's at.
Okay, I'll bring leftovers.
The secret is, you've got to be from Georgia to win.
Can I steal that one?
Yeah, take whichever one you like.
Get it, girl.
Say, what's that? I said, ooh, so good.
Say hi, Charlie.
Open ground.
Yep.
How do we make your doohickey?
Yay!
All right, where'd you put us, Katie? Where's our site?
Well, you can be beside your twin here
Yeah.
Yes.
and Big Mama Bear.
Okay.
Okay.
Or you can be beside
Look at that giant.
costume of your birth year.
Yes. Oh, that was good.
There she is.
Christina, there.
Katie's already pulling up a chair for me to back in, so she's setting up a little stadium seating. Nothing like backing in with an audience. Who doesn't like that? Hold on. Okay.
Did you decide on what site to go in?
Yeah, I'll go right here by Jerry.
Good. A little bit more driver's side. Yes.
I'm gonna have to give that probably like a 4.5. Well, you had to use Trish.
Out of 5.
You had to use Trish.
He just backed it on in, didn't even look.
Okay, I got the fantastic fan on. Windows are open. It's a beautiful day outside, so Charlie's fine.
Okay. What? Let everyone know what this is. What are we doing?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Because I'm so excited about it. This is a Recteq event. Okay. Charlie's bummed he can't come. You're okay. So anyway, so what we're gonna do is over the next 72 hours, we are going to smoke some of the most beautiful meats under the guidance of chefs, okay? So Chef Greg is gonna be our leader. So tonight we're going in open bar for the next 3 days.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. And so anyway, but he's gonna teach us what kinds of meats do you want? How do you smoke them? What are the temperatures? What are the times? And then hopefully at the end, we're gonna learn something and not goof off too much.
Yes.
But
well,
I know
I'm sure
gonna
you'll
be
teach
eating a
everybody
lot.
watching something. I think there's something for everybody to learn.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. But in the meantime, we're spending 2 nights here on campus, and we got glorious weather, and we're gonna dive right in.
All right, let's go see let's get this thing kicked off.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about to start. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, yes. I have that high top back
I see
there.
it.
Are you excited? I'm so looking forward to this. This man right here helped me make the best Thanksgiving turkey on the planet.
I'm just glad it was better than deep fried, because that was better than
Smoked deep
You
fried.
smoked it.
I'm Lonnie Smith. I'm the founder and owner of a little company called Bubba Grills. We do the competition barbecue. I get to travel around with my son, and Carrie and I team up a lot. And we were the 2011 World Champions, 2010 National Champions, and we've won 59 championships to this point. So barbecue's a huge part of my life. So I'm excited about sharing a little bit with y'all, and can't wait, and hope we have a few little golden nuggets today.
Carrie Chastain with Hold Your Horses Barbecue out of Griffin, Georgia. 2021, we cooked 43 contests. We're fortunate enough to win some grands and reserves. Got to cook the Royal with Chef Greg and had a ball. And Team 4, we're gonna have a blast.
You want 2 or 4? Oh, okay, go for it. So, my name is Greg Muller, I'm Director of Culinary Innovation. I've been here for 5 years, actually love this place. And who's Team 2? Where are we at? And what's our team name again? That's what I'm talking about, that's the winning team right there.
Team 3, Lee Smith, part of Bubba Grills, the Recteq family.
What's your team name again? Go ahead. You're really going to cut into that fat. And as long as you're cutting white fat, you're fine. Keep going. Okay.
It's Australian Wagyu that's flown in.
All right, what do you guys learned over here, Trish? What do you got?
We're learning how to make meat aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what's the idea here is that the dome means the juices run off on the side, and then the smoke can also get to the whole piece of meat, right?
Yeah, just kind of.
Because otherwise if it hits a straight edge, the smoke just kind of reflects.
A straight edge will knock it up and over, and see where the rounded edges, it flows over the top, just like you're in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
I like the whole idea that there's competition, you know, like a competition tray, and then there's a backyard tray. I live in the backyard world. I like to be there. It's casual, it's fun. The, you know, the stress level is a little bit lower, but yeah, you can still explore.
So if I understand what Lee was telling us in the instructional, the reason you're moving all this fat is you want the seasoning and the smoke to be hitting the good parts, and it won't penetrate through the fat.
Well, think
Did I get
about
that
it.
right?
Yeah, think about it this way. Painting over the wallpaper. I can't get paint on the wall if I've got wallpaper underneath my paint. All I'm doing is painting over the wallpaper, right?
Yeah.
And that's not what I want in my finish. I want that beautiful paint on my nice wall. So we're not going to eat this fat. All this fat's doing is making it harder for us to flavor the wonderful lean meat that's underneath. Yesterday about that you eat with your eyes.
I'm not allowed to say how good it is because you are an opposing team,
Yes.
but it's dang good.
It's gonna go right on the grill like that. Now, if we put this on the grill now, you can see how it's not really hydrated. There's still a lot of dry spots. You're gonna get pockets of uneven bark. So it's gonna caramelize up and not be even. So you kind of see where it's starting to sweat and glisten. We're gonna wait. That entire thing is gonna look like that before it goes on the grill. If you don't wait, it doesn't give you a nice even color to it, and it looks off. But this is a good looking piece of meat right here.
Making cookies in the Recteq?
Well done. He said everything we eat is made on the Recteq.
Wow. Those cookies are good too.
There's a lot of heckling. There's
There
a lot of
is.
trash talk. I love it. But first place brisket's going out. We're gonna figure out our times, our temperatures. I'm pretty excited.
First place meat going on.
There it is. So while they're all inside talking about pork butts, which is an important topic, I thought I would take an opportunity to come out here and find out why the hot water heater, why I didn't have any hot water. And yep, I don't have any propane there. So I'm gonna close this tank and I'm going to open this tank right here. Hopefully it's full and I don't need propane. Otherwise I'm gonna go get some propane. And so what I normally do is I keep one closed and one open instead of the regulator going between them both. And the reason I do that is I wanna know when I'm out of propane so that I can go out here and manually turn it. And then I kind of know in my mind, hey, I need to replace the propane in the other tank. And in the next month or so, I typically do that. The other thing I want to do, because I need to top off our batteries, is I need to get the Furman generator running, and I'm gonna get that going. And Brian next door in his Momentum had an issue with an open neutral and his surge guard not allowing the power to go through. So he built a little dongle, right? Brian, you built a little dongle?
That's right, as a matter of
And
fact.
so he's going to show us the dongle, and I'm going to get the Furman generator out to see if I have the same issue. So that's what's going on out here while they're talking about pork butt.
I have parts to make the doohickey.
Mm-hmm.
So I got one for you and I got one for me.
Thank you.
Or one for you and one for me.
Okay.
'Cause my generator's yellow.
Oh yeah, well let's keep them color coded.
Yeah. So I figure we'll go over in a minute. We'll unscrew these. This is just an NEMA L515 adapter. So NEMA 515 adapter, where you can unscrew it. Costs about $5 at Home Depot. And all we're going to do is go in here and we're going to put a wire from the neutral, which is normally if you're going into a plug-in, you've got a fat side and a skinny side. The fat side is the neutral to the ground, and we're going to do nothing with the hot leg. We plug this into the generator, and it causes your surge guard to detect a ground. And because the generator just uses a floating neutral, but it causes your surge guard to detect a ground, and that'll allow you to get power from the generator into your RV through your surge guard.
What I would like to see is if I have that issue with the Furman. So I'm gonna get it busted out and get it started and hook up, and because I also have the pre-wired surge guard. Meaning if you have a surge guard that you just plug up to a pedestal, and this were to happen, you could say, well, hey, I trust my generator, I'm just gonna not use the surge guard for right now. You can send power through. But when it's built in, this is the drawback to the built-in, is that it's wired behind the panel. There's no eliminating
you can get around it.
I wish surge guard actually made on that little panel inside our closet. I have a little panel, and this is where the errors are and the faults are. I wish there was a button there that said, look, just bypass, but that doesn't exist. So let's get this thing out. I need to put you down. We'll get this out, and then we'll figure out this floating neutral, not open neutral. And so I got this, what is this? This is the 2100, and the reason I got this is because it's under the 15 inches, so I can put on the bed slide and still get, because I wanted the 33 that ran off of propane. Okay, so the other thing that's interesting is when I was with Ken Dog, who's a air shrimmer that we met out in the Tetons, I noticed that he had a metal jerry can, and a lot of people don't talk about this, but because I put gas for the generator to the back of the truck, and then I forget about it, and the temperatures make the plastic expand and contract. So I went out to Amazon pretty much the next week, and I replaced my plastic jerry can, gasoline can, with this one. And as you can tell, I mean, it's been in there for a long time. It's sucked in, but I think it's a lot safer. Okay, so now that the generator is running and I've got the outlet plugged in, let me get some lights on here. Now my surge guard, because it's built internally, pre-wired behind the panel, should be counting inside this closet to 126 seconds. At that point, it assesses if the power is good and it sends power through the coach. Yep, and it says open ground.
You can buy a pre-made ground neutral bonded plug designed specifically for this. It's made by Southwire, actually. It costs about 16 bucks. It's on Amazon, and we'll get a screenshot.
Okay, cool. But this is a third of the price.
It's a third of the price, and it's more fun. This is 14 gauge from a Walmart brand extension cord. By default, the silver screw is going to be for the neutral. The gold screw will be for the hot. And so now this is essentially done.
All right, take two. Now we got the little floating neutral doohickey thing plugged into the generator. Okay, so while we're waiting for this to count to 126 seconds, I just thought I would add some clarity here that this is not specific to surge guard, but if you have a high quality surge protector that you can't bypass around, then it's going to detect this floating neutral and it's going to think it's an open ground and not allow power through. So if you don't have a surge protector at all, you might not experience it. If you have maybe a surge protector that isn't checking for open neutrals, then you might not have this issue. But if you do, then this is the workaround. Now I think this is already a good sign, because I think it would already be telling me open ground. But let's see, it's going to go right now. Boom. I don't know if you heard that click, but it clicked on, it's letting power through. All is good. And there we go. Now this is not, oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know if you could hear, I don't know if you heard that outside, but the generator got really loud, and that's because we're now in bulk charging mode and the grid's showing 1400. Yes.
You're only drawing 15 amps, right? You tell your
No, I'm drawing 50.
Not for long.
So what we'll do here is we're going to go in here and we will take the, I don't know if you can just see here, it might be a little too bright, and we're going to set a limiter, and we're going to bring that down to 15, because boom, 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 check. All right, it's going now.
Awesome.
No open grounds or floating neutrals. Fixed for $6. Okay, that concludes the Dry Camping Halftime Show Generator Edition. Now let's pop on back over to the Recteq Academy and find out how the competition's going.
Our brisket's a winner.
Is it?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Is it?
Oh
You're
yeah.
feeling confident about that?
I'm not even in charge.
All right, this is interesting. So you took the brisket out. You put it into the tray with a bunch of au jus.
We
You
did.
tented it.
We
and
did.
Not elevated, and now you got it back in there, basically cooking in its own.
So now it's gonna like just have a hot sauna in its own deliciousness.
Yes.
So we're at 170 degrees internal. We'll take this probably 212 degrees internal until it's butter tender. So all of that au jus is just gonna make all that happy, happy, happy. Winning brisket right there.
Wow. Okay. You were explaining something earlier that I'd love for you to share with everybody.
Absolutely.
About weather and a constant temperature, or a constant something. What was that?
Well, you have to pick a constant. When you're dealing with multiple variables, it's like juggling. I can't juggle three things, but like right now, if I know my altitude, I know my weather, all right, I know I want to cook at 325, now the variable is getting my meat to the time that I need it to, okay? 325 gives me this, where 300 something feet above sea level gives me the humidity, all that you can get off of your phone. And I start keeping this notebook. Listen, you can't keep too many details. Every variable you eliminate, it makes things easier for you to cook on.
Okay.
All right, and
So
look,
for the backyard guy, what do you think, if someone's cooking in their backyard, how should they approach time and temperature?
temperature, record your time, and then if you don't have the result, you won't change one or the other.
But
if
not, okay.
Right, if my temperature got me here and it was tough, I didn't cook it long enough. If my temperature got me here and it was overcooked, I cooked it too long. Okay, I cooked it for 4 hours, and this was my result. All right, I'm gonna try next time 3 hours and 45 minutes. It's a trial and error, okay? But you have to have a constant. That 325 every time on the, I mean, you notice it's not fluctuating a freaking degree.
Nope.
Okay, so
Nope.
that is a constant. So I'll accept what I have easy.
Oh, that looks good. What do you think? How's that stack up to?
I'm really happy with it.
You're happy
Try
with
again.
it? All right.
I'm really happy with it. It's got a nice sweet taste. It's not sweet. It's not overpowering. Doesn't have a burnt to it. It's
No.
everything just sort of complements itself.
All right, the window for turn-in is now open.
Everybody had a good time. Win, lose, or draw. We've had a ball today.
Yeah.
We've had a ball.
It's been a blast.
Hold it up to the front. Hold it level, right? And we're team number one, I think.
Okay, they're just about ready to start to announce the winning brisket, the winning chicken, ribs,
All the
what else?
goods.
The pork butt,
All the good.
all the stuff. So, but we wanted to just take a minute and share some tips that you learned, because I couldn't record it all. But I figured you did write down some notes that might help some people watching at home.
Yes. Well, okay. First of all, when you come here, you are you're an apprentice to champions. Not
Yeah.
any champions, world champions. I'm not kidding.
Yes.
Like people
I know,
that
they
there's
are.
no one higher
Yes.
than the people in there. It is so cool. So one of the biggest things I took away is documenting your process, and not just documenting it, poking holes in it, figuring out what did I do wrong. They say, what did I do to offend the judges, right? What do I need to change, and how can I make it even better? And then they go back and they tweak and tweak and
Yep.
tweak. So they're masters. And so if you really want to get good at something, it's about doing it over and over. But they said the biggest compliment you can get is from your family and friends.
Oh, yeah.
So it's that backyard barbecue mentality. Just go for it, feed everybody, make everybody happy, because that's where it truly is. They talk about slicing hairs in there. And really for us, we just need to make our friends and family smile.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just had an absolute blast meeting everyone.
It was a lot of fun. Recteq is a class act. This event, the Smoking Academy, is a class act if you can never get in, because they do sell out
They
quickly.
do.
Okay. The other thing is, Chef Greg came up to me and he says, "Hey, if anyone in your community, anybody watching this video, for the next week gets 10% off anything in Recteq on top of promotions. So
Wow.
from pellets to grills, and even on top of something they might be selling $100 off, he says 10% on top of that.
Wow.
And I thought that was pretty cool. So if you head over to recteq.com, and the promo code's KYD10, limited time, but I think it's cool that they're offering discounts to the whole KYD community, if you could be here or not.
That's right. So anyway, we hope you picked up a couple tips. We absolutely enjoyed it. I know if you're looking for something really special to do for someone that enjoys cooking, this is the end-all be-all. It was so cool.
All right, let's go see who won this weekend.
So without further ado, with a score of 420.8 points, the grand champion, Barbecue!
There's no way you're
for a place to pull over because the trailer is not connected. That does happen from time to time, where the 7-way goes in and it just doesn't connect. And one nice thing about the Airstream is that when I put the blinkers on, I can see the blinkers on the side of the RV. And you're probably wondering, why didn't I check them before I left? Well, I was too busy honking my horn. But it didn't take me but one stop light to find out that these trailer brakes are not going. So now I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna play around with that 7-way, and I have got some dielectrical grease if I need to, or I can just kind of put it in there and that'll kind of help. Sometimes I even adjust the prongs inside the 7-way to get a nice firm connection, but most of the time just playing with it helps. So that's what I'm gonna do as soon as I can. There we go.
Thank you for calling Double H. This is Lee. How can I help you?
Hey Lee, we were wondering if you had any room for a Harvest Host member tonight?
What kind of camper do you have?
30-foot Airstream.
30-foot Airstream? Yeah, I can fix one.
Right on. That's great. You need anything from us?
I just need your Harvest Host number and your name.
Alright, so technically we're still out of propane. I don't even know why I said technically, because we're out of propane.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we decided that we don't really need it. Are we taking showers tomorrow?
I guess not.
No, well, no. Well, I mean, I could take a cold one. But anyway, this is night 4 of dry camping. And so far, so good. Hello.
Hello. You gonna be able to just make that turn?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Listen, we don't have propane. Doesn't matter if we're level. Just...
Well, you know, it's the little things. You know, you don't want to not have propane and not be level, right?
Oh yeah?
You know, I like to keep my inconveniences to a single, 2, 3 tops. No more than 4. I call it quits at 5. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, you want to go in there and find us food and drinks? Okay, if you are at a Harvest Host, there was someone in there, they started a Harvest Host table, a community table.
A whole community table of Harvest Host people.
Yes!
It was good. They started, they just kind of recognized the rigs coming in and they just invited them in, which is really
Yeah,
cool.
they're like, we just waved them in.
Yeah.
And then they all sat together, they're having a couple drinks together.
This is the whole Harvest Host table right here. Check it out. It's a rowdy bunch. This Harvest Host is cranking.
Poppin'.
But anyway, it was fun to chat with everybody and meet a lot of new people. Mm-hmm. And now I got to get to work.
Yes.
Okay, so some Harvest Hosts are really dialed in, which I like, because this brewery can accommodate like 8 RVs. And actually there was instructions for leaving in the morning with a gate code, so I just unlocked the gate, and now we're just gonna go out. I guess I'll lock it behind me, because it's still kind of early.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll go to Love's and get our miles per gallon.
Do some math.
Let's do some math. The truck is saying 11.9, so apparently somebody was driving a little fast.
Food is nurturing. Food is hospitality. Somebody dies, you carry a pot roast. Somebody's born, you carry a dish. Somebody's sick, you carry soup. So food in the South, I haven't asked you who you sleep with, where you go to church, or how you vote. But you come to my house and sit down and we have some nice brisket, a little baked potato, maybe even a libation after dinner. You and I can walk away and be friends, and all this other BS in the world doesn't matter. And that's my mother instilled that in me. My mother was a wonderful Southern style cook, and that's people came to Miss Betty's house because that was the place to be on Sunday afternoon. You know what I mean?